Sir, you're welcome to the show.
I thank you, Mr. Collins.
What's your take on T.Y. Danjuma's recent outburst that the armed forces are not neutral, and if Nigerians, especially those communities that have experienced some of these attacks, wait and sit to have the soldiers or the armed forces or security agencies to come to their rescue, they will all die one by one. So it is high time, according to him, for them to stand up for themselves, to defend themselves. What's your take?
For the first time, I'm giving a kudos to T.Y. Danjuma. He has done fantastically well. One, you must fight your fight. You must fight your fight. Two, T.Y. Danjuma is saying that there is a conspiracy. Three, T.Y. Danjuma is reflecting on the statement made by Sani Abacha, a military ruler in Nigeria some few years ago, that if a crisis persisted for more than 24 hours, the government is knowledgeable about it. Meaning, there is no crisis that will take place that the government is not aware. If it takes place more than 24 hours, the government is aware of that crisis and it knows the intricacies of that crisis. T.Y. Danjuma is trying to say that there is a conspiracy. And at this point, I must tell you, T.Y. Danjuma is also telling us that there are crisis entrepreneurs, the military bourgeois. I call them the bourgeois because they are flamboyant entrepreneurs that make money as a result of crisis. If I tell you the amount of money that is required for the military or the defense house to send Operation Ayeme Patuma to come and fight or to come and restore peace in Guma local government and all other local governments where there have been series of attacks, a lot of money has gone. Where is the money going? The money is going into people's pockets. Those people are the entrepreneurs. I must tell you, arms have been shifted here. The arms cost money. My brother, if I tell you the cost of one AK-47, then you know it's not a joke to own 4. If I tell you the cost of one bullet of not less than 33.3 millimeters, then you know that yes, there is money in fighting. If I tell you that there is money in shifting over 33 or 30 trucks of Hilux and fueling them, providing logistics of food, this is money. Those people need to make money. If between me and you are an army general or a naval staff, and you are retired, you are building skyscrapers and you owe some oil stores in the oil regions, how do you make the money? If you depend on your salary, you cannot own one oil block as a military man or as a general. They must be involved in entrepreneurship or crisis. And that is why T.Y. Danjuma is telling all of us that we must wake up from our slumbers. He's telling us the truth because one, he's an aged man. He cannot fear any other person. The only thing he's left for is to die and rest with the Lord in his bosom. So if at his age he cannot tell us the truth, the reality of life, it means he's doing injustice to himself and to the people he's leaving behind. T.Y. Danjuma is emphatically saying that the government is aware of what is happening because there is a conspiracy. And the conspiracy is a conspiracy of silence because you are eating, I am eating, so nobody should talk. So what we should do is we must wake up from our slumbers. If I wait for you to protect me and you cannot, I should learn to protect myself. And this will make me recall that it is said that currently, even in my local government, in Guma local government, you see Fulani up to this moment grazing openly in people's houses, farms. They come down to the roadside, to your compound. When you complain to the military people, the next thing they tell you is, we are not here to fight the Fulani people. We are here to make peace. And I pray that God will avenge for the people of Benue. The time the Fulani people, or the headsmen, the so-called headsmen, which I refer to as terrorists, begin to protest against them and start killing them, they will know that the true music of what is happening is not all about politics. It's not all about politics. It's all about life and death. And some people, the moment they are making the money into their pockets, they don't care about human life. But I am different. And that is why I must go to this parliament and make the difference.
What background gave rise to your decision to want to run for a seat in parliament in a state to represent your constituency, that is Guma?
Oh, well, my name is Godwin too. But my folks and my home front call me on the number. So they regard to me as on the number two. And by the grace of God, we are marching forward to see how we can move forward the state constituency. Guma is one of the largest local government in Benue State.
Okay.
I'm talking from records, the landmass. It is required to have 2 constituencies. But for now, we have one and we're hoping for the second one. And what really gave the desire for this aspiration is because we have had lots of representatives in the constituency at the Benue State House of Assembly. But it's worthy of note. Now when we go there, all we want to do is to enrich ourselves. Get a flamboyant car, build a flamboyant house,
Okay.
buy properties and all whatnot. I've seen the pains of my people, the people of Guma local government. Where I come from, they are in pains. They need good water, even though we have the river passing by. Between me and you, we know it is not too healthy for us to drink directly from the floating rivers because they are contaminated. What about education? The popular primary schools in my areas are local government primary schools. The one that is built by the local government education authority, which is popularly regarded as the LGAs. That is another issue. What about hospital? The rate of maternal mortality is high. Because a woman wants to give birth, we are looking for a means to convey those people to the nearest hospital. Before you know what's happening, the person is gone. Okay, good and fine. We have the hospital in place. Let's assume so. What about the roads? They are not there. So if there are hospitals and there are no roads, the entire thing is a system that we need to work together to achieve a common goal. For me to achieve good education, I must ensure that good teachers are employed, people who will teach the children properly in school. Currently in my village, the children, when they manage to go to school, the teachers take them to their farms to go and farm. What future are we giving them? The House of Assembly representing my constituency is not saying anything.
Is it that they don't want to say anything, or they have said and there's little they can do?
Well, I can't believe there is little they can do. The truth of the matter is, the truth remains the truth if you want it to be true. But if you are serving your people above yourself, you will definitely agree with me that if my people need water, do I keep saying it? If I'm saying it, who do I want to execute the project? Every member of the state assembly have the capacity to execute a constituency project. They don't do it. Okay, in my local government, for instance, like I was saying, we don't have boreholes. We drink directly from the river that flows. There's a lot of epidemic, diarrheas and all that escalating everywhere. There are no hospitals. If there are hospitals, there are no good roads to access them.
Okay, this is Guma local government.
Exactly.
And this local government that happens to be the home of the sitting governor of Benue State. Is that indicative in any way that the executive may have done what they should have done even at home, but they haven't done any? Because these are some of the things that you wouldn't think it is just the legislature that is, saddled with the responsibility to, implement these things. You are thinking the state government, the executive arm should do this. So is that in a way suggesting that someone has failed in their part, especially from the executive arm, from implementing or doing the needful?
Yeah, I'm not mentioning corporates. I'm not mentioning offenders. But we are all involved in this system. Nigeria is a federation. We run the federal system of government where we have the federal state, we have the states, and we have the local government. The way activities and projects transcends to all those other aspects of the various arms is different. I cannot expect the governor of Benue State to carry a state project by constructing a culvert on a small river or a box culvert as a state responsibility.
Okay.
We have a local government chairman. They have their primary responsibility. In the aspect of health, for instance, they take care of the primary health issues. In the aspect of school, they take care of the public schools, which we regard them in the local government areas as local government educational authority schools. There are no secondary schools, but we feel parents will be able to take off their children if they are successfully done from primary schools. Now, it's not an issue of blaming either the state government or the federal government. Okay, for instance, I must blame someone. I will blame the legislature, who is representing the constituency, and the executive arm of that local constituency, which means I'm referring to the local government chairman. We cannot keep claiming that we are being frustrated by the government. We are being this, and we are building houses, we are buying good cars. How does that justify? Your people are suffering, they don't have water to drink.
So what would you do differently to bring about this desired change you are talking about if you were a legislator representing Guma?
Mr. Collins, I think this is one of the best questions you've asked me so far. The desire to lead my people is I want to serve them myself. And you know what I mean by that. I sat and reasoned why I need to contest for this election. My people has a lot of graduates, people who are well-to-do, people who are spoken, but I think no matter their capacity, I am the best man for the parliament. Because one, I know that
you're the best man.
Yes, I'm the best man for the parliament.
Okay, let's see how you are.
Because one, my people are going to enjoy the goodies because I am going to give them services that are beyond myself. I'm not going to put myself at the home front to get the best before my people get the best. I am going to make sure my people need water. I can sacrifice. One, for instance, I am not doing bad in this office where I'm sitting. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been working, and I know that somebody who works deserves a reward. My people are bona fide citizens of Guma local government, and they have every right to enjoy everything that is good and is attributed to them to enjoy as a people of that state or as a people of that local government. They need water, is their right. They need a good hospital, is their right. They need good roads, is their right. So why can't we provide this to them? We have the capacity to do it. Sometimes the state will release money. As a member of the parliament, you need to also have reach to your place. It's not all about making laws. The laws that have been made, how much have we kept to the tenets of those laws? We break them because we make them. But before you break a law, you must learn them very well first before you break them. But if you are breaking them, are you breaking them to better Mr. A or to better Mr. B or to better yourself? Most of my aspiring colleagues in the parliament, they depend on commission. When they say they are bringing Paris money, all they want is, Governor, you are giving us 10%, you are giving us 40%. Is that service above self? No. When they say they are bringing bailout money, what the legislature is doing is how much is the percentage the executive is going to relinquish to the legislative arm of government. My fight is, and my aspiration is that if God willing, the people of my constituency deem it fit that I'm good to represent them in the parliament, I believe I should be looking inwards to see the pains of my people, the aspiration of my people, their desire to go to school, their desire for good health, their desire to drink good water, their desire for fresh air. It's not all about me, it's about my people. And that is why I say my representing Guma constituency is a service above self. If it's for food to eat, this company, Super Graphics, is capable enough to provide it. If it's a car to drive, I have one to drive. If it's a house to live, I have the one I'm living, I don't pay rent. What else am I looking for? I'm not an over-ambitious person, but if I don't speak for my people, who will speak for them?
Speaking for them. And we have a situation in Benue. We've been having so much about lawmaking, and that's your interest. That's where you seek to represent your people in the legislative arm. Now we have a situation where a law was passed by the Benue State House of Assembly prohibiting open grazing, but we saw a reprisal action by those who felt this law was not designed to favor them, especially when it was enforced. And to talk about the untold hardship, to talk about the humanitarian crisis, economic crisis, the incessant attacks of those who felt this law was not supposed to be enforced. And it brought about the citizens of indigenous of Benue, particularly in Guma local government. Now, if you happen to become a legislator, are you satisfied with the way they went about the enforcement of that law, or there is something you would do differently to forestall the situation that became bizarre, the situation where bloodletting was unabated, a situation where ethnic cleansing became the order of the day, and the ruling party doesn't seem to have an answer? What would you do differently?
Well, internationally and globally, the law on anti-open grazing is the best option. There is no any other better option you can provide than the law provided so far. I was speaking with His Excellency and I told him, if anybody have a better option on anti-open grazing, let them provide it. Let them teach us. I'm from Guma. My people are victims. Pregnant women are murdered. Children have been killed. The aged one, whom we are supposed to celebrate their passing out of life, totally is condemned internationally. Globally, it's condemned. If you go to any modern state, the best practices for cattle rearing is ranching. You must ranch. If you ranch, there are benefits. Our children are dying of malnutrition because there is inadequate protein. The best place to get protein is from cattle, the dairy, the milk. So if we are ranching, we can control the quality of dairy we get. It's not the usual nono being sold by the Fulani women on the street. It will be more organized. We can now get a proper hygienic milk for the children to grow, providing protein. Secondly, the government will be able to tax them because they are doing private businesses. Cattle rearing is not government business. Cattle rearing is just like me as a printer now. I bought this place, put up this structure, and I'm paying rent to the government. I pay rent to commerce and industry for premises. I pay rent to Bensasa for generator setback and waste management. I pay rent to local government for being located in Makurdi local government. I pay rent to science and technology because I have toxic emission emitting from my generator. The same thing will be applicable to the cattle rearers. With this, we can have a better beef to eat, more hygienic, providing protein in homes. With this, the government will be able to tax all the necessary internally generated revenue required from those people. So ranching, as far as I'm concerned, is the best form of cattle rearing. My great-grandfather was a cattle rearer. He was also a herdsman. And the idea was ranching. And we were able to grow on this path to this point we are. So if you don't ranch, you are just nomadic. You are moving from one place to another. You're trying to enforce law or replace the law that has been created by a substantial and sovereign government. It means there is more to it. It means there is an idea we are yet to know. It means you are yet to express the feelings in your mind that you want to abate entirely an ethnic group.
Right. What would you want to be remembered for? Quickly.
I will want to be remembered for good deeds. Good deeds. That's all.
Good deeds. We heard it all from the horse's mouth. That was Mr. Godwin Onumba told. He is running for the seat of parliament in Guma local government. He talked about issues that are really touchy, and we have been having an incisive talk, and I think you are really going to have him come back on the show to talk about some other issues that I find him as an interesting guest. I hope the next time we come back on him, you would oblige us the moment to be on set, to be on show with us to talk about those issues. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Thank you, the cameraman, my in-law, and my brother, Mr. Fide Shama. Nice to meet you again.
Thank you, and that's the much we can take on the show. Once again, it's been Collins Vershima, and bye.